Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7. Live on hot7025fm.com.
E-Class Consulting. It's owned and operated by E. Carice, providing tools, training, and resources that are sure to make you and your business even more successful. We are staffed with a marketing, credit, tax, and a real estate consultant. E-Class Consulting also provides a temporary admin service called E-Class Admins. Want to book an appointment with E-Class Consulting? Call 702-518-3002 or email book@eclassconsulting.com. E-Class Consulting, navigating you to greatness.
This is Herflow from Hot 702.5 FM. Las Vegas, looking for a winner-takes-all way to burn off that extra energy? Welcome to Bouncy World, the ultimate climate-controlled indoor playground. We're stacking the deck with specials all week long. Cool off with Frosty Tuesdays featuring ice-cold treats for the kids. Then join us for free popcorn Thursdays, because nothing beats a salty snack after a giant bounce. And at Bouncy World, we believe every child deserves their moment to soar. Join us every Sunday from 9 to 11 a.m. for Sensory Sundays. We dim the lights and turn off the music to create a calm, inclusive space designed specifically for our newer, diverse community. At Bouncy World, we fly high. From high-flying fun to inclusive play, we've got it all. Visit us at bouncyworldlv.com to book your party or check our open play hours. Bouncy World, jump into the fun today.
Hi. Hey.
What's up? All your favorite artists.
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Close your eyes. Imagine a room that doesn't just look beautiful, it feels alive. The lighting is perfect, the energy is electric, and the scent of gourmet creation is in the air. Now look around. You aren't just checking the kitchen or hovering over the guest list. You're in the moment. You're the life of the party. Welcome to the world of irresistible events and catering. In a city built on spectacle, we specialize in spectacular. At Irresistible Events and Catering, we just don't fill plates, we curate memories, because our philosophy is simple, elegant, and absolute. We plan, cater, and style any event. Why settle for ordinary when you can have the irresistible? Elevate your event at irresistibleeventslv.com.
Yo, it's Tavon Greatness Patterson. Want to listen to Hot 702.5 on the go? Download the Hot 702.5 app on the Apple Store or Google Play Store if you got an Android like me.
Let's get it. Hi. Hey.
What's up? All your favorite artists.
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Hello. Welcome into More Life with Mr. West. I'm your host. I am a licensed insurance broker and pre-need specialist right here in Las Vegas. And this show is all about education, real conversations, and helping you get more out of life by planning ahead so you can focus on being present and living in the moment. If you ever want to ask questions or if you ever want to reach out or just continue the conversation, you can hit me up on Instagram. My handle is west.morelife. That's west.morelife. And reach out to me. Let's have a conversation. Before we get into what today's show is about, I kind of wanted to just talk about how I got more out of life this week. And I get more out of life through a couple ways. Two ways I get more out of life is, I do something through my son, for my son, and, I do something for myself. The one thing that I did do for my son is I got him into therapy. He's got a therapist that he can go talk to, and he can go and basically rat on me if he wants to. He was, my dad yelled too much, my dad this, my dad that. And he can go there and he can say whatever he wants to say, and he can get it off his chest. So yeah, we did that, and I got to go to the first one with him, and I'm looking down. He got the opportunity to talk with his counselor and really open up, and he felt comfortable. He was really comfortable in there, and he just started to just let stuff go, which felt really good for me. So I'm happy he got to do that, and I hope he continues to go to counseling and continue to work on his mental health, because it's important even at the age of 8. It's still important. So even from 8, I hope he continues to go. I hope he continues to go until he's old and he's gone. But that's what I did for him this week. What I did for me this week to get more out of life. Of course, I have a bunch of mentors. I know entrepreneurs that have been encouraging me to help build my business and grow my brand. And so they've been working with me to do that. But I got a new mentor. I got another mentor who actually specializes in insurance, and it's kind of giving me some pointers on, what I should be doing, and just making sure that I'm advising my clients properly. And I'll say this, I got into this industry because I saw the need within my own family, that it was something that we needed education about. We needed to be educated about pre-need. We needed to be educated about life insurance, annuities, those types of things. We've had many situations where things didn't go as planned, and we've had situations where things went perfectly according to plan. So I can see both sides, and I can see the need where my family and my friends could benefit from someone who is going to tell them the truth. They're gonna give them the game, so to speak. And I think that's one of those. They always say the game is to be sold, not told, and I think that's a bunch of bullshit. I'm sorry for cussing, but I don't believe in that. Especially for your family. You know what I'm saying? Give me the game. Give it to me for free. Let me go out and be great. If you're great, I can go be great. Somebody else in our family can go be great, and our entire family can be great. So give it up, and that's what I want to do. I want to give up the little secrets that are in the insurance business that people don't know about. I want to teach you about I want to teach you the key terms, and just look for certain things that people wouldn't normally look for. And so I'm doing this for my family, and I'm doing it for my friends. And I'm hoping to gain more friends through this. I want to give the game out. So let's get into today's topic. And it's there's a misunderstanding between, today's title is pre-need planning versus funeral insurance. What's the difference? And so there's some confusion around what that is. Last week we talked about pre-need planning, and we can kind of go back over that again. Just to recap, pre-need planning is making arrangements in advance. So you're gonna sit down with somebody like me. We're gonna decide, do you want a cremation or do you want a burial? In advance, we're gonna do this. We're gonna decide if you want a memorial or not, caskets, urns, all that type of thing. You want music, you want a party, you want priest there, you want whatever you want there. we're gonna sit down, we're gonna map it out, we're gonna get it on file, and we're gonna have the plan. So the pre-need is just the plan, and the pre-need is for everybody, from little babies to old adults. I won't say old adults, little babies to seniors. Everybody could benefit from planning in advance, and you want to do that so you don't stress your family out when you pass away. Your family can grieve. They don't have to worry about, man, I got to do a chicken dinner. I got to do a GoFundMe. I got to do all these sort of fundraisers to help bury you. And I've seen both. I've seen people who have planned it out, and it's a good service. And I've seen people literally get buried in a box, a cardboard box. And that might be fine for some people. Maybe that's what you can afford. Or maybe if you planned in advance, you probably could have got something a little bit nicer, or you could have done something totally different. But if you plan in advance, you don't have to worry about making those plans at the time when you're grieving, when you're emotionally stressed out. So that's what last week's discussion was about. So this week we're talking about pre-need planning, and we're talking about the difference between pre-need planning and funeral insurance. And there's different types of funeral insurance, and we'll get into that. A lot of people think they're the same, and they're not. So let's get into it. So defining both, we pretty much defined pre-need already. And so funeral insurance can mean a bunch of different things. So pre-need is the plan. Funeral insurance is one way that it's funded. So there's a couple different ways that you can fund it. When you sit down with me and we go over the application process and we go through the health questions, and depending on how you answer those health questions, you may or may not qualify for pre-need insurance. Okay. And then there's people who set up final expense insurance, and those are two different things. So pre-need insurance will cover let's just say you sign up for your plan, your pre-need plan. You already have it arranged, and now you want to pay for it. So you qualify for the insurance. So the insurance, it has a 2-year, what they call contestable period. So within 2 years, well, let's start over. If you qualify, you will get insurance. You'll be covered right away. You'll get the insurance coverage right away. But within the first 2 years, they don't necessarily give you the full 100% coverage. Okay. So the first 2 years it's a contestability period. And what they're going to do is, if you die within the first 2 years, they're going to contest it. They're going to go back over those health questions, and they basically want to see, did you lie on your health questionnaire? Okay. Did you say you did not have cancer and you actually died of cancer, and you actually did have cancer at the time of death and you died from cancer? They're going to want to look at that, and they're going to challenge it. So that's one thing. So make sure when you're answering the health questionnaire that you're answering it truthfully. Don't lie, because it'll come back and bite you, and it'll bite your family, and then now your family's going to be stuck with this huge bill. So don't lie about that. So let's say you answered the health questions truthfully, and you passed away within those first 2 years. So depending on what month you passed away in, month 2 or month 22, they're going to cover a percentage of your plan that you chose. So that could be 5%. It could be 15, 20, 30%. After 2 years, let's just say you pass away after the 2 years and you haven't paid off your plan yet. For example, you got a 5-year plan and you passed away in 3 years and you still have a balance you got to pay. The insurance will kick in at 100%. So they will cover your full arrangement. So let's get into the next. So this will be sort of a side-by-side comparison. So you have, with the pre-need arrangement, you have control. You've already made the decisions. With insurance, your family is sort of making those decisions for you because they have the money, and then this is with final expense insurance. So, and let's talk about what final expense insurance actually is. So, final expense insurance is it's also what we call a simplified issue. So that means that there's not going to be a health questionnaire associated with the policy. They're gonna go based off of your word, just like the pre-need insurance is. They're just gonna go based off your word. So you don't have to do any blood or anything like that. You don't have to go do a physical or anything like that. And then those policies, the final expense policies, are typically much lower. They're going to be at a minimum. They're going to be, well, they could be $3,000. That's kind of the minimum, and they could be upwards of $50,000. That depends on age. It could be more or less depending on your age. So the older you are, the less of a face value you get. And a face value is the amount of the insurance that you're getting. So with final expense insurance, if you pass away, you have a beneficiary. Let's say your beneficiary is your daughter, and so your daughter's gonna get the money, and your daughter, with final expense insurance, your daughter can decide if she wants to do a service for you or not with that money. She can do whatever she wants to do with the money. Okay, so that's something to think about. Do you want to go the pre-need insurance route, where the funeral home is the dedicated beneficiary, and then they are obligated to carry out your arrangement? You know, the arrangement that you sat down with me and you figured out, they have to carry that out. So that's what pre-need insurance will do. And either one is great. You could do either one. It just depends on your situation. There's no wrong way to fund this. So pre-need insurance is going to list the funeral home as the beneficiary. They're going to carry it out. They're going to carry out your service. If there happens to be anything that's left over from the insurance, pre-need insurance, which there hardly ever is, I'll be honest, then it will go to the estate of you. So, and then your trustee or whoever, or however you have that set up, they'll have to figure it out. It's probably will be a probate type of thing. But you'll have to figure that out. So pre-need insurance is it's dedicated. It's dedicated to the funeral service. And now final expense, like I said, your daughter, she can do whatever she wants. Your daughter can say, well, I got $50,000 final expense policy for my dad. I want to do a $50,000 service. Okay, great. If that's what you want to do it. Or she could say, you know what? I just want to cremate him, get a nice little urn, do a small little service, cost me about $6,000, and that's it. And I'll take the rest of the money and I'm gonna put that in my pocket. That's what she can do. So if you want something specific, and you don't want, your beneficiary to change that, then maybe you might want to go with the pre-need insurance plan. If you're okay with your daughter doing whatever she wants to do, or whoever you list as your beneficiary, if you're okay with them doing whatever they want to do with the final expense insurance money, then go that route. But I would still say this. With the final expense insurance. Put a plan together still. Because you don't know what your beneficiary is going to feel. You don't know how they're going to feel in the moment. And like I said last week, when these things happen, people, they tend to make decisions that they normally wouldn't, because they're they're grieving, and people grieve differently. Some people grieve and then they spend all the money. Some people grieve and then they're not ready for everything. So, people grieve differently. So I would still put a plan together, even if you do the final expense route. That way, like I said, she doesn't have to worry about making those decisions. Because who knows, she might want to just take all the money and say, you know what? I'm gonna buy a house instead. I'm gonna take this $50,000 and buy a house. I'm gonna call Greg DeVille, and I'm gonna put down payment down, and I'm gonna go buy a house. And then your dad would probably be so happy that you did that. And that might be the best situation, for you. So still put a plan together, try to help reduce the stress that happens, because it does happen. So they don't replace each other. Okay. They're two separate things, and they work totally different. They can work for any situation. You just need to know what they do. So you figure out what your situation is, figure out what you want, and figure out which plan you want. You want to do pre-need insurance or you want to do final expense. I can help you do both. So just, we can sit down and we can figure it out together. The other thing that I didn't mention is with pre-need insurance, there's options to pay multi-pay, which means you can say, I want to go 5-year plan. I want to pay monthly, or I want to pay yearly, or whatever. You could do that, or you can pay for it in full. If you pay for it in full, which that happens a lot, people pay for it in full, then you don't have to worry about insurance at all. Okay, so think about those couple of options. Okay, and so right now we're just going to get into a quick commercial break. I'm going to sip some water. If you have questions or anything, call. The number is 702-551-5261. Call, ask the question. If you want to set up a meeting, call Inspired Life. Let's set up a meeting. Let's talk about your situation. Let's get something on paper. All right, we'll be back.
I'ma show you I'm the best. Yeah. I'ma show you I'm the best. Get with me, I'll invest. Get with me, I'll invest. I'ma show you I'm the best. Yeah. I'ma show you I'm the best. Get with me, I'll invest. Get with me, I'll invest. And I'ma get it poppin'. And I can take you shopping. With me, there's no stopping. Hey, with me, there's no stopping. There's no stopping. I'ma hold you in my arms. Harvest cold, now it's warm. And baby, we can beat the storm. Loving you like Boston George. And darling, you my moon. Hey, yeah, you show me the light. Get with me, I'll treat you right. And I'll treat you right. Now she wanna rock and she wanna roll. Baby, I won't bend and I won't fold. And I can get you now, your heart I stole. Your heart I stole. Ooh, 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 ooh. And I want you, you, I'ma show you I'm the best, yeah. I'ma show you I'm the best. Get with me, I'll invest. Get with me, I'll invest. I'ma show you I'm the best, yeah. I'ma show you I'm the best. Get with me, I'll invest. Get with me, I'll invest. And I'ma get it poppin'. And I can take you shopping. With me, there's no stopping, hey. With me, there's no stopping. We can hit the lotto, lotto, lotto. We can pop a bottle, bottle, bottle. You're looking like a model, model, model. Model, hey. Invest. The best. Invest. Hey.
Ooh, sad, Celtic.
I had to choose on these big moves. She chose on me. No duck, duck, goose. Meditation to the mind while I'm making moves. Tunnel vision to the grind. No, I will not lose. And I'ma put you on, stick to myself, and I'ma be in my zone. Baby, what do you want? She wanna ride my wave, and I'ma play it safe. Can we be on go? Can we hustle and flow? Gotta keep my mind clear, gotta stay away from stress. If we dress to impress, you can hop in my ride. Understand where we at, we gotta stay on track and hold each other's back. You just hop on my wave, we'll be okay. You are the question and I am the answer. With you, my baby, my heart beats faster. I'm just here to change your life. You're as sharp as a knife. Smoking spinach with my olive oil. Yeah, I planted the seed in the soil. But what I plant to be raw. We gotta stay healthy. No, we can't get spoiled. We are the truth and there are no rules. You a ruby, baby, you're a jewel. And I know love is easy, yeah. I need you to believe me, yeah. I knew you was gonna be my girl. Let me take you away from this world. This world. Moves. This world. From this world.
This is Her Flow from Hot 702.5 FM. Las Vegas, looking for a winner takes all way to burn off that extra energy? Welcome to Bouncy World, the ultimate climate controlled indoor playground. We're stacking the deck with specials all week long. Cool off with Frosty Tuesdays featuring ice cold treats for the kids. Then join us for free popcorn Thursdays because nothing beats a salty snack after a giant bounce. And at Bouncy World, we believe every child deserves their moment to soar. Join us every Sunday from 9 to 11 a.m. for Sensory Sundays. We dim the lights and turn off the music to create a calm, inclusive space designed specifically for our newer, diverse community. At Bouncy World, we fly high. From high-flying fun to inclusive play, we've got it all. Visit us at bouncyworldlv.com to book your party or check our open play hours. Bouncy World, jump into the fun today.
Tune in now on hot7025fm.com.
Okay, we're back. If you're just tuning in, this is More Life with Mr. West. I'm Mr. West. I'm a pre-need professional right here in Las Vegas. I'm also a licensed insurance broker, which means I can help you get life insurance and health insurance. I can also help you arrange your funeral arrangements. Today we're talking about the difference between pre-need planning. We're talking about financial, talking about funeral insurance and mainly final expense insurance versus pre-need insurance. So if you've got questions or you just want to connect, you want to, you can find me on Instagram at wes.morelife. That's wes.morelife. And you can also reach out to, actually, let me give a shout out to the funeral home, Inspired Life Cremations and Memorials. They've got 3 locations right now. We'll probably get some more soon. Oh, we got 4 locations. Look, the business is growing. So there's a location right here in Summerlin, and then there's a location out by Allegiant, the stadium, right next to the stadium. There's one out in Green Valley, and then where's the other one? And then there's another one in Centennial. I gotta go visit that one. So we're all across the valley. The phone number for the funeral home is 1-800-723-1465. 1-800-723-1465. Call them up. Let's make a plan. Let's sit down. Let's go over your situation and see, if pre-need insurance is better for you, or if final expense insurance is the way you want to go. Let's figure it out and let's get something put together. You can also email me at wesley.wiley@inspiredlifeco.com. It's wesley.wiley@inspiredlife. Excuse me. Let me say that again. Got to get it right. wesley.wiley@inspiredlifeco.com. C-O-M, not C-O-O-M. But y'all know what it is. Y'all got common sense. So yeah, I wanted to shout out Inspired Life. Man, the crew over there, they're great. If you call in, you're gonna talk to either Patty or you're gonna talk to Nashira. They're both great. They're compassionate people. They're professional. They're gonna get you to an arranger. They're gonna get you to Angelia or Angela. They're gonna get you to Chelsea. They're gonna get you to Denise or Marquand. And then your loved ones, they're typically handled by Josh. Josh is the guy who makes your family member look good. He makes it look like they're sleeping, and he does a very good job. It really looks like they're sleeping, man. And I'm starting to get, I guess, used to seeing bodies. It's kind of different, but I'm enjoying it. When I see that, I go, man, that could be me. One of the things I was telling my sister was, tomorrow could easily become today. So, live your life. Go love somebody today. Go tell somebody, I love you. Go mend that relationship that's kind of just raw. That's just been sitting on your heart for a long time. Go mend it, man, because once you're sitting on that table, you can't do it no more. It's done. Or once they're sitting on the table, they can't talk to you anymore. So that's one thing that this has taught me, is that I need to be grateful for my life, because I could be on that table. So let's get back into pre-need insurance and final expense insurance or funeral insurance. Where are we at? Okay, some of the common misunderstandings. One of the things people do is say, well, I already have life insurance. Okay, great. You got life insurance. Just because you have life insurance doesn't mean that your funeral arrangements are covered. And it really depends on, you really need to know what type of life insurance plan you have. There's permanent term, and we'll get into that in another series, but there's permanent and term, there's whole life, there's IULs, there's There's annuities, and there's final expense insurance. There's all these different types of life insurance plans. Which one do you have? Okay, did you make an assignment to a funeral home through your insurance policy? If you didn't, then when you do pass away, your family still has to figure out your plans for you. So figure out what type of insurance plan you have, and figure out what type of insurance plan you have. Let your family know what type of insurance plan you have. And if you haven't made the prearrangement yet, you still need to do that. Because like I said, with with final expense insurance, with final expense insurance, there is no plan. That person can go do whatever they want to do with that money. And you may be okay with that. But I would still put something together just in case. And they can decide. You can put a plan together with a final expense and, get it on paper and everything. And they can still say, I don't want to do that. I'm going to take this money and I'm going to Aruba. I'm going to put a down payment on a house. They can still do that. So go over that with your family. Just because you have a life insurance plan doesn't mean that just because you have a life insurance policy doesn't mean that you have a plan in place for your burial or cremation or whatever you're going to do. One of the other things is, one of the other misunderstandings is people will say, my family knows what I want. Okay, great. Your family knows what you want. Is it documented? Because if you're just saying they know what you want, and there's no documentation of what you asked for, they can still do whatever they want. So just because your family knows you want to be cremated, that's not it. Let's get it down. Do you want to be cremated and you want to have a memorial service and you want to do all these extra things, or do you just want to be cremated? If so, that's fine. Or if you want to be buried, whatever it is. Just because you told your family what you wanted, that doesn't mean that they have to do it, especially if you don't have it documented. So these are some of the things that people say, and they think they're cool. They think their plan is okay just because they said my family knows what I want, or I have life insurance. No, you still need a plan. One of the other things is people will say, well, they'll figure it out. My family will figure it out. Man, you're opening up a can of worms when you say that, because depending on your family dynamic, I'll say that some family dynamics, there's no fighting. There's one person that, that kind of handles everything for the family, like a oldest granddaughter. She kind of is the one that everybody leans on, and everybody will just be like, okay, well, she's going to do it. Some people have that sort of family dynamic, and some people don't. Some people have people who are going to be butting heads, going back and forth about, the type of plan or whatever they want to do for your arrangements. So don't just say they'll figure it out, because you're gone, but now you're creating chaos in your family. And like I said, it depends on the dynamic, but you could be creating a chaotic situation for your family, and you don't want to do that. You don't want your family stressed out, scrambling for money, trying to bury you, and when they should just be grieving, when they should be having a party for you, enjoying your life. So put the plan together. It's a lot to. It really is a lot to put on somebody, a funeral arrangement. It's stressful. So, try your best not to do that. let's get into some real life scenarios. Let's paint a picture. Let's paint a picture for you. I got family A and I have family B. Family A, they had insurance. The money was there, but they didn't have no plan. Okay, great. Well, it's not great, but okay. It's a situation that we got to fix because you don't have a plan. So with that, there comes, confusion. People are going to come in and say, well, he had insurance. Oh, well, the insurance was not assigned to the funeral home. The insurance was signed to his daughter. And now, her daughter's in Aruba and she putting it down. I don't know why I keep saying Aruba. I really want to go to Aruba. But she's in Aruba. She's surfing. And she's coming back and she got down payment on her house and she about to close on a $400,000 house. So just because you have the insurance doesn't mean that, the plan's covered. So family A, they had insurance, but they didn't have a plan. So, the family's confused now. They're like, oh, I thought the money was already there. No, you got to put the money there now. Okay. And then you still have the emotional stress that happens. Like, you're still going to have people stressed out about making these arrangements. And then a lot of decisions are going to be made under pressure. You're going to be pressured to, and not by the funeral home. This is just going to be between your family. The funeral home's going to do whatever you want to do. They're not going to pressure you to do anything. We're pretty much there to hold your hand, So the pressure is going to come from within yourself and from your family. So that's family A. They had insurance, but they didn't have a plan. So they're still, they got the money, but it wasn't assigned, and there's no plan. So they don't know what to do. They're scrambling. And then there's family B. Family B had the pre-need in place. Family B, dad died. And so the wife calls Patty. Patty, my husband died. We have a pre-need set up with you guys. Can you verify that for me? Patty's going to type you in. She's going to pull up. She goes, yes, I got your pre-need plan right here. Let's make an appointment for you to come in here and sit down with an arranger so that you can set up so that you can sign all the paperwork that you still have to sign. Let's get an appointment. So you're gonna sit down with, you're gonna come and sit down with the arranger. The arranger's gonna pull up your pre-need plan. You're gonna say, well, your husband had this, and this ready to go. His urn's already paid for. His cremation's already paid for. All the taxes are paid for. Ma'am, you don't owe anything. I just, pick out what kind of urn you want. He gave you an allowance to pick out this type of urn. Pick what you want. I need you to, sign a few things involving death certificates and cremation authorizations. Sign these couple of things, and then, you're on your way. You don't have to worry about. There's no guessing because your husband took care of everything for you. Everything is already outlined. The family could focus on grieving. Okay, so it makes it a lot easier for your family when you have that pre-need in place. And I want to say this again: call Inspired Life. Even if you do have a plan, maybe you want to go over it again. Maybe you have a plan with somebody else, and you want me to just look over it and make sure everything is right. That's fine. I could do that. Call Inspired Life 1-800-723-1465. Set an appointment with Patty or Nashira. And then we'll go over your plan with you. And if you want to make a new one, we'll make a new one. Or if you want to change something on your plan, we could do that. But I'll be happy to look over all that stuff with you. I'll look over your life insurance policy. I'll look over your final expense policy. I'll look over all that stuff for you, because sometimes depending on what type of life insurance policy you have, some of those life insurance policies have cash value. Some of those cash values, if they're enough, they can cover the expense of your service. So if you don't have a final expense and you have something else, but if it has cash value, we can do an exchange, and then 1035 exchange, and then we can have your service covered that way as well. So call Inspired Life, 1-800-723-1465. You can email me, wesley.wiley@inspiredlifeco.com. And let's check out your situation. Let me give you everything that I know, and you can go make your decision. And this is for my family and for my friends. If you consider me a friend, call me up. Let me tell you. Let me look at your plan. Let me tell you what, the ins and outs of the industry. I want you to be prepared. I don't want any of my family, I don't want any of my friends to be scrambling. I don't want nobody asking me to go wash no cars because they didn't plan. I'm here for you right now. Call me today and let's put the plan together. I'm telling you right now, I'm not washing no cars. I ain't selling no dinners. I ain't doing no GoFundMe. I ain't doing none of that. All right. All right. So we got to wrap up here pretty soon, but I wanted to just give you something I'm gonna give you some homework. I kind of did the same thing last time. I want you to think about, really think about it. And think about it. Talk to your family. Talk to your son. Talk to your daughter. Talk to your son. It's like I'm speaking to myself. Talk to your son. Does your son know that you have a plan? Do you have a plan? And obviously my son's 8, my plan is written down and it's for an adult to read, really. But he should still know, because, if I pass away and he's 16 or 18 years old or whatever, he's capable of, following my plan. So sit down with your family, or better yet, ask yourself this question: do I have a plan? Or do I just have money set aside? Because if you just have money set aside, that doesn't mean that your beneficiary, whoever's going to get that money, doesn't mean that they're going to do what you want them to do if you don't have the arrangement set. So, do you have a plan or just money set aside? Would your family know exactly what to do? Does your family know what to do? Does your family know you want to be cremated? Does your family know you want to be buried? Do you want to be what is it, composting? That's a thing now. You can be composted. You can be put ground up in the soil, put in the ground, and then flowers can grow from you. So that's a cool thing too. But do you want that? Do you want your ashes turned into a diamond and put on a necklace? Do you want jewelry to be made out of your ashes? Not ashes. It's not called ashes. It's cremated remains. Cremated remains. Do you want your cremated remains made into jewelry? So think about those things. Think about that. Does your family know, or will they just be trying to figure out everything and scrambling and making chicken dinners and doing GoFundMes and doing car washes? So figure that out. And then once you do, if you don't have a plan, call me. Let's sit down. Let's put the plan together. I've said the number 100 times. You know my email. Go rewind it. It's back up there on the screen. Inspired Life is the funeral home. All right. So that's pretty much it for today's conversation on More Life. I'm your host, Mr. West. I am a licensed insurance broker and pre-need professional right here in Vegas. And if this helped you in any way, or if you still have questions, or if you just want to, talk about what we talked about today, you can reach out to me. DM me on Instagram, west.morelife. That's west.morelife. Call me. My friends have my personal phone number. Call me. You got my email, wesley.wiley@inspiredlifeco.com. Email me. Call the funeral home. Call them up. And like I said, this is for my family. This is for my family. It's for my friends. Even if you got a plan with somebody else, let me see your plan. Let me see what they did for you. Let me tell you what's good and what's not good. What could be changed. It doesn't hurt to look. With my family, it ain't about money. I want my family to not have to do chicken dinners. Okay? Chicken dinners, car washes, and GoFundMes. All right? I don't want you to have to do that. Because I ain't going to do it. I'm just going to be sitting there watching you in that box till you go down. Like I said, you got all the ways to reach out to me. Next time we're going to be getting into burial versus cremation and what you need to know before you decide, which one you want, because they're very different. The arrangement ahead of time is different. The things that you have to have, especially with burials, because you have to go get a plot and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to be talking about that next week. So get ready for that. And just, always remember, this is real conversations. We're having real conversations about life. This is real. This is something you should be talking to your family about. Your girlfriend, your wife, your husband, your wife, boyfriend, whatever, those people, you need to be having that conversation. So these are real conversations that you need to have. It ain't fluff. It ain't surface level talking. It's real conversations about life, about planning, and the decisions that shape our future. All right. I'm out of here. Peace.